This is a video on threading and unthreading a seal laminator. This applies to the base model as well as the Pro model. The difference between the Pro model and the base model is the Pro has swing out loading shafts and it has a metal take-up shaft with a core on it, and the base has a PVC shaft right here, and it has spring-loaded shafts for the supply. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get this material on here and centered. You want to load it so that when it's on the machine, it's paper side or backing side up, and that way it'll properly thread through the laminator. In this model, we bring this shaft in and lock it in place. Now we take the laminate and we feed it underneath the guide roller. We make sure we've got the rollers opened up enough with a gap so we can get our hand through there. Come around here and we feed the laminate through the roller. Come around the back side, get a piece of masking tape, pull the laminate even with the back of the table, and tape it down. Now we apply pressure, bringing the laminator up to 80%, which is where the rollers go flat. All right? At this point, we've got this thing secured. We can pop the tape loose on the back. We take a blunt instrument and we come across the laminate while we're holding tight pressure on the roll, and we score this so you can see air between the pieces of paper. We're not breaking through if we can help it. We just want to push so that we break the paper and not the laminate. If you should happen to accidentally break the laminate in a place or two, it's no big deal. The key is you want to make sure you've got this opened up so you're actually separating this backing paper into two separate pieces of paper. Stop. See, I broke through. No big deal. Keep on going. Did it again. And again. Okay, and we come up and finish up on the other side. I'm left-handed, so I do this backwards. You right-handed people will start from that end. The next thing we do is we take our finger and we put pressure on here so that we can see an air gap through here. It doesn't take really a lot of pressure to do this because I've already stretched the laminate when I have used the tool to do this. And you can go back and forth on it if you want to make sure you did it. If you're really worried about where you popped through like that, all you have to do is go on the back side of the laminate and tape the pop section. It's not really a big deal though, because they all we're trying to do is separate the two pieces. Now we put it in snail mode with the snail button, and we advance it forward until the cut we made is right about here on the roller. And that's only because it's a convenient place to separate the two. Right about there. So now I will take this and peel this up. If you popped it through at the end, you can come in a little bit to the inside and do it. If you should happen to tear it in a place or two when you're doing this, all you do is seal the tear with a piece of tape. And you keep on going. If you totally mess this up, all you do is start up again up here and advance that on down to the same point. You can do that as many times as you need to if you're not very good at separating this. Now, once that's done, we advance this down to where we can barely see the paper, and that's only because we don't want the laminate to stick to the rollers. We want just enough to keep them from sticking, just like in there. Now we take a piece of tape on the take-up and we burnish it down like this so it's good and stuck. We take it and from the back side, I pinch this with my finger and bring a revolution of it around, so that in essence I have two-sided tape that's only stuck on the roll on the core just a little bit. Okay? Now I take this right here, this backing paper, and I evenly bring it up so that it sticks to this piece of tape. Just like that. I got a beautiful laminate across the middle with no wrinkles, nice and straight. I take my blue guide with the warning labels up and put it in place. Now I take the piece that I'm going to laminate, I bring it up through here, I can put it in right into the nip of the rollers, and I can slide it around wherever I need to make sure it's lined up even with the laminate, because there's nothing to stick to it. It's got nothing but a piece of paper in there as a leader. When I'm happy with that, I take the foot pedal and I snail mode it in so that it's gripping it just like so. Now I will take this shaft and I'll hold this still and I put it in run mode, and I bring that backing paper loop on down till it just about touches the blue guide. Meanwhile, the lamination is starting. The reason you do that is so that that's the only place the laminate can stretch, it's the only place it can really wrinkle, and it's the only place that debris can get on it. Meanwhile, watch, it's threading it, it's laminating perfectly, it's taking up beautifully. Now that's working itself up a little bit, so I can hold this down, or I can adjust the tension over here. On the base model, the tension is adjusted right here. On the Pro, it's back here on this shaft. And then meanwhile, it's operating beautifully. When you're done, when you've got enough of the tail out of the back side, you stop it so that your print is in a convenient place to cut, and yet you still have enough to use as a leader for your next piece. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I'll show you when it is we stop it. Some people stop it right about here. I'm a big advocate of stopping it right about here. And when we're ready, we just hit the stop button. We can kind of look on both sides at the same time, and we go stop. And the print's done. Laminated. And on this end, we have a piece of leader ready for the next piece. The whole key to this is you never let the laminator know you're finished with the job. As far as it's concerned, it's still got vinyl in it, and the next piece just follows it right along, and until you're ready until you need to change laminate, it just keeps on going and going. There you go. That's how to thread the seal laminator.